This is a tutorial on the settings and configurations you can make within Prime Selector. Now, the tool always opens up in the screener mode, but today we're going to click right up here and we're going to go to configurations. As a new user, it's important that you begin here by defining your investment universe. 4 steps have been predefined for the configurations. The first point is the definition of the region. You can either select an entire region as we do now by selecting Europe. If we unselect Europe now, you see that we're getting an error message as no region, no market has been selected. We can also select individual countries within a region, which we're going to do in a second. If you look up here, you can always see what has been selected so far. As an example, we're opening the tab Europe and we're selecting Switzerland as our first country. Now, since we've selected Switzerland, it might make sense under point number 2 to select as a benchmark Swiss SMI. For every region that you select here, different benchmarks are available. So the Swiss Market Index for Switzerland, it is. Under point number 3, we're selecting Swiss francs, CHF. The currency you select here is also applied to all the various backtests you might do at a later stage. Under point number 4, we're selecting minimum capitalization. The range begins with 100 millions and goes up to 10 billions. The minimum was selected to be 100 millions to assure proper data quality. The benchmark selected is also applied to the portfolio, so please be aware of that. The performance under My Portfolio is shown with the benchmark you have selected under Configurations. Let's continue by defining the backtesting settings. We have a variety of options here. The first one is factor timing. Factor timing only works in aggregation mode and not in filter mode. This is something you need to be aware of here. Once you have selected the relevant factors at the bottom of this page, come back here for the settings. Here you can choose whether you would like to assign equal weight to the various factors or apply one of the algorithms developed by Bonk Kramer specifically for Prime Selector. This would let Prime Selector decide how to best weigh the various factors. The hold strategy has been implemented to limit turnover. That's the purpose here. If we do not apply the hold strategy, then all the titles selected by the tool for us that are beyond the number of, let's say, the 40 titles that we've primarily selected, all those titles just simply get dropped. So you have an excess turnover every month, every time you run Prime Selector. If we select a hold strategy, let's say with 100%, then that means that a title does not automatically get dropped. It only gets dropped if the ranking changes by 100%. So in this case, a title gets replaced only if it falls below position 80. Any title that remains between 40 and 80 is held and is not dropped. This is the hold function to limit turnover. Hedge Overlay hedges the market risks by using futures. The system sends you 2 signals. The first signal means that 50% of the portfolio have been hedged, and the second signal actually indicates that 100% of the portfolio have been hedged. And down here you define the backtesting period, anywhere between 1 year and 10 years. So I hope everything's clear for settings and have fun using Prime Selector. Go check it out at primeselector.com. Thank you.